Hello there. Today, we will be discussing Nespresso.
So the main parts of our presentation will be first, explain the main goals of the digital campaign, then explain the buyer persona and do a topic analysis. Then we will go through the customer journey, explain the KPIs and the optimization. So what are the main goals of the marketing digital campaign? The first one will be to increase sales by upscaling the image and reputation of the brand, as it has recently faced some negative headlines. Also, it aims at building relationship with customers by increasing the customer's loyalty and trust, spreading ethical behavior and commitment. In overall, this long-term strategy is aimed at reaching new targets and creating stronger bonds by communicating adaptive values. So as for our buyer persona, he or she will be urban, between 27 or 40 years old, and have a higher education. As for the personal profile, the professional one, he or she would have medium to high income. Concerning the psychographic, he or she will be charismatic, ambitious, competitive. And as for the values and interests of our buyer persona, he or she would really care about having a sustainable consumption while still enjoying the high quality coffee, and he or she will need more sustainable values to fully enjoy the exclusive experience of Nespresso coffee. As for the content strategy, Nespresso is mainly using Twitter, YouTube and Instagram. The brand is mainly displaying informative content on Twitter about the brand's production methods according to the new consumption behavior and the interest of the buyer persona. And also on YouTube, the brand is displaying educational content about how to manage the Nespresso machines and is also providing some assistance in how to use Nespresso's tools. So Nespresso has 3 areas of expertise. The first one will be leading in innovation and diversity. The second one will be the quality of the coffee, and the other one will be the sustainability. And now I will let Manon talk about the customer journey.
I would like to tell you more about the online customer journey of Nespresso. The customer journey consists of 5 phases: the interest and awareness phase, the search phase, the research phase, the purchase phase, and the experience phase. I would like to tell you more about the first 3 phases, and Maud is going to tell you more about the last 2 phases of the online customer journey. So, the first phase of the customer journey is about interest and awareness. For Nespresso, it is important to create awareness in this phase and inform and entertain their customers. The important touchpoints to mention in this phase are YouTube and social media ads. For this phase, it's best to create good videos and pictures. The second phase of the customer journey is search. For Nespresso, it is important to entertain and inform their customers. Nespresso has to create an online attendance and create an experience. Important touchpoints to mention in this phase is social media. The third phase is research, where it is important for Nespresso to be seen in other online web shops. In this phase, Nespresso needs to convince the consumer to buy Nespresso. The content contains more information about Nespresso, how to purchase and why people have to buy Nespresso. The important touchpoints in this phase are own website, blogs, social media, and website of third parties. Now Maud is going to tell you more about the last 2 phases of the online customer journey.
Thank you, Manon, for introducing the 3 phases of the customer journey. The 4th phase of the customer journey is the purchase phase, where Nespresso has to provide the best experience, inspire the customer, and fulfill the promise. The important touch points in this phase are online web shops. The last phase of the customer journey is the experience, where it's important to get feedback from your customers and to inspire. In this phase, it is important to use the topics which are the coffee behind the cup, sustainability, and joyful moments. The important touch points in this phase are social media and blogs. And now Antoine is going to tell you more about the
So thank you so much. We're going to talk about the KPIs now. So marketing KPIs can be divided into 5 main categories. First, the lead generation. To evaluate whether your lead generation tactics pay off, Monitor the cost effectiveness of your lead generation channels. This is done through monthly new leads, qualified leads per month, cost per lead generated, the cost per conversion, and the average time of conversion. Second, we have the website and the traffic metrics. We should be able to monitor the number of visits to multiple pages. This is done through the monthly website traffic, the returning versus the new visitors, the average time spent on the page, website conversion rate, and finally, the pages per visit. Then we have the SEO optimization. SEO metrics focus mainly on organic traffic and acquiring highly targeted leads, like the inbound links to website, traffic from organic search, Google PageRank, and keywords. Moving to a new category, we have the paid advertising. So we are talking about the cost per acquisition and the click-through rate on PPC advertising. Finally, the social media tracking. All our efforts should be focused on two core ideas: building an engaged community and turn them into customers. The tracking is done through leads and conversions, engagement rate, mentions, or comments. And with that, I give the floor to Jacob.
Now that we've learned how we will manage this campaign, we want to turn our sights to the future and look at the optimization potential. We're going to do this similarly to the customer journey by looking at the 4 primary stages. The first of which is reach. Here, we want to expand the number of platforms that our tech-obsessed audiences are using where we might increase the impressions. Specifically, Instagram. We want to increase this by 80% or 1 million impressions, spending about a third of our budget or $6,700. 2 is the act stage. This is where it's important to gain interactions, and while stores are closed, we want to enhance boutique-like experiences using promoted tweets. We already have a great following of almost 100,000 followers on our Nespresso Global Twitter, but in 2021, we would like to boost this by using promoted tweets, about 50% of our budget, and hope to gain 2,000 new followers. Stage 3, convert. This is where we want to drive that conversion and build relationships. We plan to do this by increasing both monthly and year-long subscriptions with highly targeted YouTube ads, boosting those recurring revenue streams 2x in just the first quarter of 2021. Lastly, we will try to engage this new audience by tapping into the locations where they're spending time, which is usually with coffee enthusiasts and vloggers. We're going to do this by signing a joint partnership with Coffee Fusion, who currently has 43,000 YouTube subscribers, who we will then pay $500 for 5 promoted videos, finalizing our budget of $20,000. The results of this, we hope to see 100% ROI of $40,000 in ARR, or 334 net new customers spending at least $10 per month.
Thank you very much, Jacob. I would like to mention some of our limitations. As can be seen in the digital campaign we chose, is that Nespresso is promoting for a sustainable future. However, not all themes that are of high importance are shown. This is the reason why we would like to include 3 more themes. First of all, by making sure customers know that all cups can be recycled endlessly, as they are made of aluminum. Secondly, Nespresso uses the coffee remains from used cups to enrich compost and use it for agriculture purposes. Millions of trees have been planted and millions of farmers have benefited from this, which is great. And finally, Nespresso donates hundreds of tons of donations to food banks every year. So while we do have some limitations and have uncovered potential for optimization, we are very happy to be supporting Nespresso's sustainability efforts. And I would like to thank you on behalf of my team for your attention.